A little brief check-in. Sitting here, my dog's passed out in a chair over there. It's been a pretty fun-filled day of just killing time, waiting to find out if I'm kind of house sitting for the weekend, taking care of my friend's dog, while she has to go see family, and it's still pretty good to be here. It's, I don't know. I've been in this town for about I think 5 days now, which is a shitload of time for me to be anywhere. Got a slice of pizza earlier. The world's pretty grand. Life's a river. Got to go where it takes you. And so I'm riding this out, and I got to call American tomorrow because I got the American credit, and I got to get down to I think Alabama, and well, I mean that's the plan. We'll see what happens with that. But hopefully I have enough credit for a flight in the next few days. It's just fucking around with the no change fee thing, because I don't fly that much anymore. I used to fly a lot, and I got almost $400 in American credits, $392 or something, and I think I was looking at a flight for the 28th that's $366. So it's like, pretty much the same, it's not the same class of seating, because I had a first class ticket just because of, it was a $25 upgrade from my original destination with all the notice. But, buying shit somewhat last minute kind of fucks with that. So, kind of see how it plays out. I'm waiting on a new debit card. That's a pain in the ass, but hopefully it shows up, in the next day or so, or a couple of days. It's kind of a crapshoot. I got told 10 business days, but that's hit or miss. It could be 3 days. It could be 10. It's all over the place. So I'm just kind of treading water at the moment, which is, things could be worse. Some good developments happened. I got offered I'm pretty sure it's a full boat, but it might not be a shoot sponsorship. Not at liberty to divulge the actual details yet, but that's definitely a positive. Got a couple other partial gear sponsorships, but I'm not an incredible athlete by any measure. I just keep doing it, and that's good for business. The shit gets used and abused, and what better an ambassador than somebody that uses your gear 300 days a year or something. That's better, that's better press than placing an ad somewhere. People actually see it in use. I've gotten some pretty good deals from some gear companies, and and I talk about them, even still, I'd not say something positive if it wasn't positive. I got a screeching good deal on a Lightheart tent, and Judy's tents are amazing. The So Long 6 has been my traveling companion for 3 years. 3 years on one tent. It's pretty fucking good. And it's got one hole in the bug net because I was a jackass and fucking was smoking a cigarette and put the cigarette through the bug screen. Other than that, tent looks brand new still. And it's got multiple through hikes, like camping on desert, camping on rocks, like shoehorning it into places, fucking pitching it with fucking random pieces of string because I couldn't even fucking like set it up right. Hell, there was a day under Scissors Crossing where I couldn't be fucked to like set it up, and I crawled into it like a sleeping bag, even with all the fucking stays in it. Not the wisest choice, and I totally bivvied in it, like a jackass because it was fucking windy as shit and the sand was blowing all over me. And I was pretty lit at the time, so that's, kind of how you wind up. If I'm in Julian, I'm usually at, I'm at the bar, but not like the regular bar, like I go to the fucking, the VFW and shit. Hang out there, like go to Mom's, get a slice of pie, like it's pretty sweet place to be. Like I'll be back there at some point. Not sure when I'll be in SoCal again. It could be next year, it could be, well, probably not next year, it'll probably be the following year. Just time frame wise, I don't think I have the budget to like to hike what I've got lined up for the year and then get it done in the time frame to start a Sobo PCT. I'm not that awesome. Never gonna triple crown in a year, I don't think. Really wanted to do the Great Western Loop, but that's a whole can of worms. And like I kind of like the idea of it because it's like a hobo loop of the West, going through all the mountain ranges and some trailless Mojave, a little bit of PNT mixed in there because I've never hiked the actual PNT. I've hiked a small portion of it and it's a fucking pretty great area, like the Pacific Northwest is pretty amazing. But I don't see myself getting out west this coming year at all because, number one, I don't want to deal with the post-fire burn zones. Like, that's just asking for, things to be a giant pain in the ass because, like, Widowmakers and bans on travel and all that shit, and fire bans are bad enough, but post fire bans plus fire bans, just not that ideal. Be pretty happy with my current plans, which are Pinhoti and AT, possibly the Buckeye Trail, maybe the Mid-State Trail. Buckeye Trail is a crapshoot. Mid-State Trail is the last ditch if I don't do the Buckeye, or it's the time waster because I still have money left, and I like being a PA, so one of the rare people that probably would ever say that. So, like tentatively, like I'm looking at some flights and, getting to fucking Birmingham isn't that hard, but shit's way overpriced right now. And I'm like kind of skating a line, like trying to keep it, to the price that I already have invested because I'm fucking poor. I mean, realistically, I think I've got $314 in my checking account. Which isn't the worst off I've been. I have a $400 check that I can cash the 26th. You know, like that's remnants from me fronting money to like help somebody, and they were gonna pay me back, and then they fell on some more hard times. So I was like, yeah, well, I can survive. Just let me know when I can cash it, and supposedly it's the 26th I can cash it, but nah, I don't. I'm not holding my breath. That was a whole can of worms. You know, like I flew to Roanoke from Maine, and drove a van back that was broken in Virginia, and I got it back in about 15 hours, which is, you know, like probably legitimately the amount of time it takes to actually drive it, you know, like not counting brakes. So like I was cooking with gas. Kind of kicking myself, you know, like that I didn't, you know, hang out in the Roanoke area and like do a little bit of hiking and stop off at Four Pines, but I was in a hurry. You know, things are what they are. But so hopefully I can get this flight situation worked out tomorrow. Hopefully I can get that debit card, you know, like before I go. Otherwise it's a giant pain in the ass to get it like resent, you know, like to me somewhere random on trail, because, well, you know, boxes work better than envelopes. So it's almost worth like getting it put in a small flat rate and just paying for that, even though it should cost like what, 50 cents or something to mail an envelope. General delivery with envelopes is always a pain in the ass. Packages always work better. I mean, I could get it sent to like the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, and you know, pick it up there. And so I'm wrestling with, you know, like if I get that flight, you know, I really don't want to pay for a check bag because it's, you know, like an extra $30, and I could ship, you know, the shit I can't fly with to a post office and pick it up, and then I have to like deal with that, you know, like, so it's like $15, I think 14.65 or something, to like ship a medium flat rate, which is the size that it would take to like ship the things I can't fly with. Tractor poles, tent stakes, that kind of shit. You know, pocket knife. Probably throw my stove in there because, you know, stoves are always hit or miss on airplanes. You know, like it's just a reason for your shit to get searched. And it's so much easier when you just have one carry-on bag, meaning my pack, because I can get it small enough to like get as carry-on if I don't overload it at all. I don't know. See how it all plays out. Probably know more tomorrow.